What would happen if the moon was made out of cheese?
Well, scientific studies say, and from me too, if the moon was made out of cheese, we would have had samples and samples and samples, many samples, down on Earth by now. And we would have been studying them and studying them. And another reason, if the moon was made out of cheese, we probably wouldn't have any ties at all because cheese can't do anything except for be there, spoil, and then...
What influenced the false statement?
Well, movies such as Wallace and Gromit and The Bullet in the Moon's Eye gave false evidence of the moon being made out of cheese.
Where did the false statement come from?
It was one of the most popular proverbs in the 16th and 17th century.
When did the statement become false?
Well, to answer your question, in the late 21st century, man walked the moon and clearly stated that the statement was false. It was clearly stated that the moon was not made out of cheese, it was made of dust and rock. So right here, if you can't see behind the cracks, it's a sample of the moon that the scientists took, and you can obviously see it's not made out of cheese. So a lot of kids are led to believe this, that the moon is made out of cheese, at least for a while they are young. And even some scientists believe this when obviously, until they got the sample, they realized the moon was not made out of cheese. Like I said before, it's made out of rock and dust. Diddle cat in the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon, the little dog laughed to teach us sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
Cow jumped over the moon and created false evidence because cows make cheese.
Okay, so this picture right here is a picture of the cow jumping over the moon, and as Javante said, it created false evidence of people thinking that the moon was made out of cheese because cows make milk and milk makes cheese, so it just created false evidence.
And now for bloopers.
Question of the day, myth of the day. Is the moon made of cheese? Swiss cheese, Gouda cheese, whatever cheese you want to call it, but if it's made of cheese, we're here to miss your butt, but here to make. If the moon was made out of cheese, which is looking for samples or something.
What would happen if the moon was made out of cheese?
When the 20 to 21st century, man looked the moon in the eye, and when man walked the moon, well, let's unzip this real quick. Right here. Movies such as Wallace and Gromit, where the bullet hitting the man's movies such as Wallace and Gromit and the bullet in the moon's, or the bullet in the moon's eye, which I have a picture of right here. It's not made of cheese, and I can prove it. It's because all of those people out there would have taken out their helmets and taken a big bite out of the moon. Wait.
There's no air, there's no
Exactly.
oxygen. So you can't take off your helmet no matter what.